really look at it. Because what you are seeing right now is not just a viral video. It is the cure for a sickness that has plagued the human species for 5,000 years. We are the only animals on this planet cursed with the imagination to dream of the sky, yet born without wings. This anxiety has haunted us since the beginning of time. It is why Leonardo da Vinci sat by candlelight in the 15th century, frantically sketching ornithopters until his eyes burned, desperate to escape the mud. It is why our grandparents believed the science fiction writers who promised that by the year 2000, the asphalt would be obsolete. They told us we would commute in the clouds, soaring above the gridlock. They promised us the Jetsons. They promised us freedom, but the year 2000 came and went, and the promise was broken. Instead of freedom, we got traffic jams. We got gridlock, we got heavier SUVs, wider motorways, and carbon-choking frustration. The Maling, flying car nation, Wynam, became a global joke, a symbol of a future that was always 10 years away. A fantasy used to pacify us while we sat bumper to bumper on the ground. But today, the lying stops. The footage you are watching is not a CGI render from a Hollywood studio. This is not a concept animation from a Silicon Valley startup begging for venture capital. This is the XPeng Land Aircraft Carrier. Recorded live, it is real, it is entering mass production, and it is the physical proof that the wait is finally over. However, while the internet is losing its mind over the rotors and the vertical takeoff, they are missing the true revolution. The miracle here is not just that it flies. The miracle is the monster that carries it. To finally conquer the sky, XPeng realized they had to completely rewrite the laws of the road. They had to build a land-based fortress. So, today on Drive and RPM, we are going to ignore the headlines and conduct a forensic engineering analysis of the Mothership, the 6x6 industrial leviathan that makes the Tesla Cybertruck look like a toy. This is the death of the traditional pickup truck, and we are going to explain why the physics of this machine are absolutely terrifying for legacy manufacturers. To understand why this vehicle looks the way it does, we must first understand the physics of failure. Historically, flying cars failed because they tried to be two things at once. A car with wings is a terrible car because it is too wide, and a plane with wheels is a terrible plane because it is too heavy. XPeng solved this by splitting the DNA, a master of the air and a master of the ground. But carrying a fully functional aircraft on the back of a passenger vehicle introduces a nightmare of physics called parasitic load distribution. You are not just hauling luggage or plywood. You are hauling a dense object packed with high-voltage batteries, heavy copper windings, and carbon fiber rotors. When this aircraft is docked, the center of gravity, COG, shifts violently to the rear. If you place this load on a standard four-wheel truck like a Ford F-150 or a Silverado, the rear suspension would collapse, the nose would lift towards the sky, and the front wheels would lose traction, creating a death trap at motorway speeds. This brings us to the rule of 6. The decision to use 3 axles and 6 wheels was not a vanity project to copy the Mercedes G-Wagon 6X. It was a mathematical necessity. By adding a third axle, the engineers have distributed the massive static load across 4 rear contact patches instead of 2. This drastically reduces the ground pressure per square centimeter, PSI. It transforms the vehicle from a road truck into a logistical platform capable of traversing soft sand, deep mud and snow without sinking. It borrows the logistical logic of a military tank transporter and applies it to a luxury consumer vehicle. But here is the engineering contradiction that usually destroys these projects. 6x6 vehicles are historically terrible to drive. They suffer from parasitic drag because the 2 rear axles are typically fixed in a straight line. They fight each other in corners. The tires scrub against the tarmac, destroying the rubber and making the turning circle resemble that of an oil tanker. In a city, a normal 6x6 is useless. XPeng has solved this with a level of software-defined chassis control that is simply unheard of in the West. They have implemented an intelligent active rear wheel steering system on the third axle. But it is not just steering, it is torque vectoring integration alemut. When the land carrier enters a tight corner, the central computer calculates the slip angle of the middle tires in milliseconds. It then aggressively steers the rear axle, while simultaneously modulating the torque output of the inner and outer wheels to induce rotation. This creates a virtual wheelbase shortening effect. We are looking at a 5.5-meter Leviathan that possesses the turning circle of a standard family hatchback. It is an optical illusion where algorithms force the physics to cooperate. If the front axle loses grip on black ice, the system doesn't just cut power. It instantly shunts torque to the 4 rear wheels to maintain the yaw angle. This is safety through redundancy. Now we must address the elephant in the room: energy. Flying takes an astronomical amount of power. Driving a 6-wheeled Fortress takes an astronomical amount of torque. If this system relied on a standard battery, you would be stranded in the wilderness after 200 miles. This is where XPeng admits that the internal combustion engine, ICE, is not dead. It has just been demoted to a servant. The land carrier utilizes the XPeng Extended Range Electric Vehicle (EREV) architecture, built on a cutting-edge 800-volt silicon carbide platform. This is critical. Most hybrids use older 400V systems to save money. XPeng went for 800V to minimize thermal loss in the heavy cabling. Under the bonnet beats the heart of a machine that refuses to die. A dedicated 1.5-liter turbo combustion engine that has no mechanical connection to the wheels. There is no drive shaft. There is no transmission tunnel. The engine is a generator, a mobile power station. Because it never drives the wheels, it never has to rev up and down to match traffic speed, which is where fuel is wasted. It sits permanently in its thermal sweet spot, likely around 2,500 RPM, where it achieves over 43% thermal efficiency. It burns fuel to create electricity with surgical precision. This gives the land carrier a combined range exceeding 1,000 kilometers. But the true killer app of this vehicle, the feature that no other company has dared to attempt, is called in-motion high-voltage charging. Imagine this scenario. You have flown your aircraft, and the battery is depleted. You land, dock into the mothership, and start driving home. While you are cruising at 70 miles per hour on the motorway, the truck's 800-volt system is blasting energy into the aircraft in the rear bay. It can charge the plane from 30% to 80% in roughly 18 minutes whilst driving. Think about the thermodynamics involved here. It is absolute insanity. You are discharging the main battery to drive 6 wheels against wind resistance, whilst simultaneously dumping kilowatts of DC power into a second battery pack in the rear. The thermal management system required to cool the inverters, the generator, and 2 separate battery packs simultaneously is a masterpiece of fluid dynamics. They are likely using a multi-channel heat pump system that scavenges waste heat from the combustion generator to keep the batteries at optimal chemistry temperatures. In the winter, the engine's heat warms the drone, ensuring it is ready to fly even in sub-zero temperatures. It is a symbiotic relationship. The truck feeds the plane. We have talked about the truck, but we need to respect the aircraft itself. This is not a toy drone. It is a 2-person eVTOL constructed primarily from carbon fiber composites to shave every gram of weight. The complexity here lies in the folding mechanism. The rotors do not just sit there. They articulate. XPeng had to design a hinge system that is robust enough to withstand the centrifugal force of thousands of RPMs during flight, yet flexible enough to fold completely flat into the truck's bay. The safety redundancy is where the engineering gets serious. The aircraft uses a distributed multi-rotor system. If one motor fails, the flight control computer instantly adjusts the speed of the remaining rotors to maintain stability. But what if everything fails? XPeng has integrated a ballistic parachute system. It uses pyrotechnics, literally small explosives, to deploy a parachute at low altitudes, as low as 50 meters, ensuring a soft landing even in a catastrophic power loss scenario. And for those of you worried about piloting skills, they have killed the complexity. There are no complex banks of switches. There is a single-stick control method. It is fly-by-wire. Taken to its logical conclusion, you push the stick forward, you go forward. You let go, and the aircraft hovers in place using GPS and visual odometry. They have democratized flight by replacing pilot skill with silicon processing power. Let's move to the integration mechanism, or what we call the automated womb. The rear hangar is not just a box, it is a robotic environment. The most dangerous moment for the avionics is not the flight, but the drive. Road harmonics, the high-frequency vibrations that travel through tires on asphalt, are deadly to delicate aviation sensors. They can crack solder joints, destroy ball bearings, and decalibrate gyroscopes. XPeng has engineered an isolation chamber. The aircraft floats on semi-active dampeners inside the bay, mechanically separated from the harshness of the road. Furthermore, the separation process is fully autonomous. The truck's air suspension plays a vital role here. It features active leveling. If you are parked on uneven, rocky terrain in the mountains, the pneumatic struts will independently adjust the height at each corner to ensure the launch platform is perfectly horizontal relative to gravity, not the ground. This precision is measured in microns. If the rail is twisted by even a millimeter, the aircraft jams. The system handles the rotors automatically. You press a button, the arms unfold. The system runs a diagnostic check, and within minutes, you are ready for vertical takeoff. This is the apple putt approach to aviation. It removes the checklist. It removes the complexity. It simply works. Finally, we need to address this skepticism. I know what many of you are thinking. You are typing vaporware in the comments. You are thinking this is another Elon Musk promise that will never happen. You are wrong. While Western startups are showing PowerPoint presentations and begging for funding, XPeng has been pouring concrete. They have built a specific assembly plant in Guangzhou solely for this vehicle. This factory is the first of its kind in the world, designed to manufacture cars and aircraft on parallel lines that merge at the final station. They are utilizing hyper-casting technology, casting massive aluminum sections of the chassis into a single piece to ensure the rigidity required for the 6x6 drive. This reduces the part count and eliminates welding points that could fail under the stress of carrying a helicopter. The tooling is complete. The robots are programmed. The test mules are running in the scorching heat of the Turpan Depression and the freezing cold of Harbin right now. Deliveries are scheduled for 2026. This vehicle represents a humiliation for the legacy automotive industry. While Ford and GM argue about heated seat subscriptions and fight unions, Chinese engineers have solved the logistical nightmare of personal flight by over-engineering the ground vehicle to military standards. The Land Carrier proves that the era of the general-purpose car is over. We are entering the age of modular, software-defined, heavy machinery. The differential is dead. The traditional axle is dead. In their place, we have silicon carbide code and 6 independent electric motors working in unison. Da Vinci dreamed it. Sci-fi promised it. But it took the relentless speed of Chinese manufacturing to actually put it on the road. The future has arrived. It has 6 wheels, and it is leaving the rest of the world in the dust. Thanks for watching Drive and RPM. Let us know in the comments. Would you trust a computer to fly you? Or are you staying on the ground? See you in the next one.